Repair sequence complete.
Hello everybody, my name is Indeimaus and welcome to 2015. So for the first video of this year, I thought we'd take it back a little bit. If you've been a long time subscriber, you know that the first episode of this show I did was actually the top 10 scariest Dark Souls enemies. We counted down all those terrifying Dark Souls enemies. I suggest you go watch it. It's pretty terrible, but some people seem to enjoy it. So why not bring in the new year with the top 5 scariest enemies from gaming. Now keep in mind, straight off the bat, no horror games allowed. All these enemies are questionably eerie for the games they appear in. And remember to leave a comment below suggesting, what enemies I missed, what enemies have made you feel uneasy or creeped out in games that are not horror games, okay? Keep that in mind. Maybe it's the creeper from Minecraft that had creeped you out, or that piano from Mario 64. Apparently that scared a lot of people as well, with the teeth that just jumped out of nowhere. Things like that. Creepy enemies from non-creepy games. That's good. That's what I should call this video, but I'm not going to. And like everybody else, I'm on Twitter, so be sure to hit me up at Indeimaus. Give me a follow, come say hi, ask me questions there, get in contact with me. I'm a lot more social on Twitter than I am in the YouTube comments section. Oh, YouTube comments. But I do love hearing from you ladies and gentlemen, so be sure to hit me up on Twitter. But without further ado, let's get this list on the road. Now, I can't be the only one who played this when I was a kid. It was a simple skiing game where you'd control this little dude going down a seamlessly infinite snowy course. It was bright, it was colorful, and I was allowed to play it when I was a kid. So what's the problem, right? Well, the son of a bitch Yeti that would come out of nowhere with the speed of 1,000 gazelles to eat you. Game over, that was it. Now back then, there was no way that I knew you could actually boost your speed, so I thought that was it. That was the end of the line. No more ski, man. You were done when that Yeti came out. But then, as I got older, I found out there was a boost key that would make you faster, and you could out-ski the Yeti. Doesn't matter anymore, though. The damage is done. Mario! What are you, insane, Indeimaus? Hey now, these were different times. I mean, looking back on these guys, they probably still aren't that scary, but the way they meld into the background until you picked up some treasure, or that golden key that you needed for the door, and then suddenly they became possessed and started chasing you down with their creepy jester-like faces. And the worst thing is that they would chase you down into the next screen, unlike other enemies, and they were going to hunt you to the edge of the earth if you still were holding their key. But if you happened to drop the key or use it in the door, then you were safe. They were gone. That was the end of the line for these masks. Maybe it's just because you don't expect something like this from a Mario title, but Super Mario Bros. 2 was strangely dark. Probably because originally it wasn't going to be a Mario title, I believe. It was known as Yume Kojo Doki Doki Panic. I know, catchy name, right? That's why it contained some weird enemies that we've never seen before this game, that now are staple Mario enemies like Shy Guys. But for a lot of people, this is their favorite Mario title for a reason. Because they're sick, that's why. Oh my god! So the series of Zelda games, mainly the older ones, have had their share of oddly terrifying enemies in them. Things like the Wall Masters and the Floor Masters come to mind. The first Zelda games actually came with manuals which had a ton of different enemies in them. Some of the designs actually remind me of some of the monsters from Dark Souls. While Zelda games aren't as dark as they used to be, Redeads debuted in Ocarina of Time. These are zombie-like creatures that will freeze you on the spot with their petrifying scream. Keep in mind, this was a game aimed at kids. But that's why I love older Zelda games. Actually, a lot of older games designed for kids were darker or creepier than today. Same with TV shows. Now they're all bright and colourful and happy times. Maybe I'm just cynical. But that's a video for a whole nother time. Redeads, everybody. Technically, the Ravenholm section of Half-Life 2 could be considered a horror portion of the game, I guess, but Half-Life 2 as a whole isn't a horror game, okay? and I don't have to explain myself on these damn lists. The original zombies from Half-Life 2 were definitely creepy with their backward screams for help, but until you heard the screeches of the fast zombies in Ravenholm and saw them burst through the doors or run down the streets at top speeds, you didn't know the meaning of spooked. There was a type of form of the fast zombies in Half-Life 1. In the expansion pack Opposing Force, there were things called gonomes, which were these monstrous forms of zombies that would chase you down and throw acid balls from their chest, and they kind of creeped me out as a child as well, but nothing can compare to the terror of the fast zombie. BIOSHOCK. One of my favorite games of all time. I can't even begin to explain the greatness that is BIOSHOCK, but we'll skip straight to one of the most iconic enemies of the series, the Big Daddy. These big and somewhat innocent protectors of the little sisters would let out whale-like sounds when you were close. The first time you see one and you have a few clips in the handgun, the last thing you're thinking is, oh, I'm gonna take this guy on. BIOSHOCK 2 actually allowed you to play as one of the first prototypes of the Big Daddy, but, you know, BIOSHOCK 2 didn't quite have the same impact as the first game. You already saw it all before, you were already introduced to Rapture, but gameplay-wise, it was just as good. But of course, this isn't a review of the BIOSHOCK series, it's probably just the love of the game showing through, but BIOSHOCK's Big Daddies were the most terrifying enemies in a non-horror game I've experienced. Not only that, they were brilliantly designed and will remain one of my favorite enemies of all time. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this list. If you did, remember to hit that like button and leave a comment below telling me what enemies have creeped you out or made you feel uneasy from non-horror games. That's very important because there's a lot of enemies in horror games that are just terrifying. Here's one here, on here. Look at those. Terrifying. One up here too. I gotta stop doing that. That's more editing for me. 2015 is gonna be a big year for us, hopefully, so if you want to support what I'm doing here on the Indeimaus show and the channel in general, be sure to check out my Patreon page. It starts from $1 a month, you can get cool rewards. I'll leave that all to the Patreon page, go check it out. Again, 2015 is going to be a big year. I have a lot of cool videos planned. I've ordered some stuff here to hopefully get here this month to allow me to record. It's going to be a lot of live action film stuff, trailer stuff as well for fake movies based on games, so you do not want to miss that. So be sure to be subscribed as well. That's very important for us YouTube subscribers. Actually, no, views, then subscribers. People don't understand, but without subscribers, it's very hard to get views. Without views, it's very hard to get subscribers as well. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon with some more videos. As a promise. God damn it.